Hey guys, Luke here. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3 of our Liverpool FC Career Mode. This episode's actually a pretty interesting one. As you can see right here, we're taking on Man United. Start the episode with a home game, so definitely looking for a win, especially considering our form to start the season has not been good. I mean, even in the trials, the friendlies I should say, it wasn't that impressive. And at times we were pretty good, but overall not that great. And looking at the Community Shield, just wasn't a great performance. And then the first games of the Premier League also weren't great. I don't think we've won a competitive game this year, so it's not really good. We're looking to be changing that, and very early on we're going to be right on track to do so, with Coutinho scoring left footer, I think, just past the keeper. So pretty simple stuff there. And then moving into the 28th minute here, I think Rooney had a shot deflected, but then Begovic is going to come up with a big save. Now Begovic is someone that we signed pretty recently. Got him in just because Leno was not the strongest keeper. In terms of stats wise, he should be amazing, but I just find maybe it's just the fact that he's got the acrobatic save style that he's just quite glitchy or whatever. But we're going to play through Raheem Sterling here, and he's going to belt the ball home, and that should be a goal. We're up 2-0. No, we're not. If you have a look in the top left hand corner, you can see that it hasn't changed from 1-0 to 2-0, and that's because he's offside. Be able to see here, and at the time I was sort of like, what the F? Like, how is that offside? But it was a correct call, and as much as it pains me to say it, I'm glad that they're calling those sort of stuff, because I'd hate to see, we concede a goal over, a bad call. I'm going to put a nice little ball through to Coutinho, and it's debatable whether we could have taken the shot with Coutinho. I think it probably would have been blocked, but we played it through the Sturridge, and unfortunately he just hit it straight at the keeper, but it's just another chance that we had. We've got Di Maria here who's on the ball, and didn't do too much in the game, but he's going to play a great ball over to Rooney, and Gary Cahill's going to come flying out and miss everybody. But then Wayne Rooney's just going to chip it straight over Begovic's head, it's one of those goals where, like, you can see the goal, and a lot of times I'm like, oh damn, like what the F, like, come on EA, like that sort of stuff, or like, everything's going against me, that sort of stuff. But that game, that goal that happened with Rooney, it was sort of like, just had to sit there and just be like, that was too good, just too good. I couldn't do anything about that. So yeah, it was very impressive. I thought right then we had scored. I think it was Coutinho right at the end. Also Salah, we brought him off the bench. He had a pretty good impact in the game. A few little runs, a few little darts from the right wing. His finishing boots were missing, but impressive signs early on. Now the transfer dandelion window, it has passed, and this is all the transfers that happened. See here, there was a few pre-contract, Toulon and Cahill. The rest were all transfers, not many, but a lot of departed players. I don't think we actually sold a lot of players. Maybe Kabay, Asayadi, those sort of players, but people like Voland and Luis Alberto, they all went out on loan. Suso, another one. So we got a lot of youngsters out on loan. Whether they'll come back, I'm not sure. We did keep Origi, which is something I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with him, but we have kept him, and he's going to be playing in this game. A fully rotated squad. If you have a look at that, Alori's there, Lovren's playing, Flanagan, Emre Can at the right back position. I think Emre Can, he's really good for this side. Just the fact, overall wise, it's sort of not good that we can't find a set spot for him. Because his development is being stored a little bit, I believe. But at the same time, because he's so versatile, I sort of feel like I need to keep him, because any injuries, for example, I don't know, if Moreno goes down, then we've only got Flanagan who can play there. But Emre Can, he can play there. It might not say he can play left back or right back, whatever. I think he actually says he can play left back. Speaking of left backs, John Flanagan gave away a penalty. Thankfully for us, it hit the post, because Leno, our cup keeper at the moment, he did dive the right way, mind you, but wouldn't have reached it had it gone to the corner. But speaking of the actual gameplay, get off the transfers and that sort of stuff. I've talked about Emre Can enough, but the gameplay here. So it's 0-0, straight from half time. I'm just going to, pass it around. Henderson's going to find Firmino. Firmino's going to shoot. He's going to score, and that was a really nice goal. Just well worked, and I find when I'm playing the best that I can against the computer, I find it's when I'm pretty patient with the ball. And at times like this, with games like this, when you haven't got the best side on the field, and you haven't got a lot of pace in the squad, you can get a little bit frustrated when things aren't working, aren't going your way. We tried to take a little shot there with Gerrard, but you can see not a lot of chances have been created, and a few that have been sort of long range efforts and that sort of stuff. But the goal that we scored was quite good. This little ball here from Firmino to Origi, it's another one, just being patient, waiting for it to all open up, instead of trying to like counter-attack when I don't have a counter-attacking side. I think I just need to be able to adjust the play styles a little bit more for the sides, rather than just going for all-out attack, or just hoping that something's going to happen. They really should have scored there. They got so unlucky. It actually went through Leno's like hands or legs, whatever, and then he went back and he just hit it back just before it went over the line. We also had a defender coming across, although I don't think he would have got there, but he was there. So I was also a little bit fearful that it was gonna the keeper was gonna knock it back into our player and score an own goal, and it would have been really heartbreaking to concede that at like the 88th minute, wherever it was, because I didn't want to play extra time. But thankfully didn't have to do that. We saw Orlando Aarons, who we signed from Newcastle last season, who has done absolutely nothing for us, hasn't progressed, hasn't done nothing. Not really sure why I didn't sell him. Maybe I did even, but he's injured. I suppose he's okay to have for those little backup games, but he's never going to be anything more than that. He's about 19 and about 65 rated, so we got a lot better prospects coming along, which is a little bit weird, so I sort of think he's a decent player in real life. But we're going to move on to another game in the Premier League. So this is the last game of the episode. We're taking on Southampton. So we know in real life we sort of rated Southampton. A little bit different on this game. A lot of the players that we signed aren't at the club. I think Lovren's like a real backup. Lallana's gone. Ricky Lambert, another backup. But that goal, you can see there, I couldn't believe what was happening. I think it was by Maine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, Maine, I think. But that was ridiculous, that one. It's one of those ones where it really shouldn't happen. I was sort of thinking, like, I've dropped Leno because he was conceding those sort of stuff. Now Begovic conceding that. Like, what is happening here? And then another one of those sort of goals here where you're like, man, that was unlucky. I was talking about the Rooney goal. When it went in, I sort of just had to sit there and be like, you know what, too good. These two goals, however, it's sort of like WTF EA, like, what the hell is happening? There's nothing I can do. I mean, obviously that the second goal could have been a lot better. I could have defended a fair bit better, but for it to hit the post and come straight back to the other dude who like on the opposite side, very unlucky. But the first goal, that header, that was insane. But so far not going our way. You see Martinez there takes a shot and goes out for a corner. And then we're going to have a header there that's cleared off the line, so definitely not going our way. But we have a chance here. Mascherano wins the ball. Great determination. He's going to whip in the ball here. Daniel Sturridge is going to head it. It's going to be saved initially, but Martinez is going to belt the ball home on the volley, and we have 2-1. So Martinez, he scores his first goal of the season in the Barclays Premier League. So moving on to the 7th minute here, Daniel Sturridge is going to be played through, and not initially, but he's going to have enough pace to get through whoever their defence is. Not sure if it's Gardos or Fonte or whoever, but very unlucky not to score there. But Martinez is going to have another chance a few minutes later, just using his pace. I mean, he's not the paciest, but he's got he's got enough. He's got the strength. He's got Tadic chasing him. He's going to play it across, and Markovic, who came on to the left mid position, he's going to end up scoring. That's also his first goal of the Premier League season, so had a few firsts this episode for players scoring. Moving on to the 85th minute here, Southampton are going to have a chance. Schneiderlin, who's someone we did sort of have a look at to replace Kabay, but decided not to. He's going to whip it in. They have a real chance here with Rowe, but he puts it wide, and I think would have been in a bit of danger there had he got on target, because Begovic was sort of in no man's land there. Came out, but not really doing anything. We had a late chance there to just pass across goal. Luckily for Southampton, I think Foster, or whoever their goalkeeper is, just got a hand to it. So very lucky for them. But they're going to have probably the final chance of the episode, and it's going to fall to Adriano. Takes a shot, and we go back and collect it with Mascherano doing what he does best. And also great save from Begovic. I didn't really talk about that enough, but yeah, Jackson Martinez picks up man of the match for us. A 2-2 draw. Once again, it's not a great episode, and just getting draws. We definitely have to pick it up if we're going to be any chance of challenging for the title. Otherwise, we're going to have to reassess things where our aspirations are this season. But thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can drop a like. It'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe to my channel and share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.